Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do a full moon video for you all, okay? I did write this article, so y'all can look it up on your own, okay? So let's begin. Um, okay, full moon in Virgo, March the 7th, 2023. It is called the warm moon. As the full warm moon in Virgo approaches on Tuesday, March the 7th, 2023, this magical lunar event will be the last full moon to illuminate the winter sky before spring starts, as well as the culmination of a 6-month cycle that began during the new moon in Virgo at the end of last August. Once a month, the emotional and spiritual energy reaches its peak when the beautiful yet mysterious full moon rises in the night sky. Nostalgic is more prevalent than usual during full moons, and it tends to make you reflect on what you manifested over the past 6 months. However, it's the full moon that signifies the end of an astrological cycle, while a new moon represents the beginning. New moons are excellent transits to set intentions, manifestations, and goals, while full moons signify whatever may have come to fruition during the lunar cycle. And if you want to understand what led up to the events that take place during the full moon in Virgo, look back to the new moon in Virgo that took place during August 22. What was taking place in your life then? What goals were y'all setting? Full moons don't only affect us eternally because they also affect us spiritually. According to the Farmer's Almanac, the full moon in March is also known as the worm moon. This is originally believed to correspond with the re-emergency of bugs and earthworms as winter thaws, which will undoubtedly attract bugs to return from their winter gateway. However, the worm moon actually corresponds with beetle larvae coming out of their snowy slumber. No matter what kind of worm this lunation coincides with, we can think of the worm moon as a sign of spring with the return of life. The full moon in Virgo 2020 explained. The full moon will take place on March the 7th at 7:40 a.m., rising at exactly 16 degrees Virgo while opposing the sun in Pisces. While Pisces represent your intuition and your spirituality, Virgo represents your daily routine, your physical health, your work, and your eternal reality. Virgo thrives in the material realms while Pisces exists in the world of spirit. And when a full moon takes place in Virgo, it sharpens the detail of your reality and reveals what still need cleaning, nurturing organizations, and fixings. As the last 6 months come to mind, the full moon in Virgo will serve as a checkpoint for healthy habits, sustainable routines, and one's relationship with their work life. During this lunar cycle, new opportunities to amplify mental, emotional, and physical health may have popped up. Perhaps there was a new professional position that could offer a healthier work environment, or maybe lifestyle changes were processed by adjusting elements of one life. Let go of any residue anxiety, criticism, and anything else that inhibits self-improvements during the full moon in Virgo to round out this cycle. The full moon takes place on March the 7th, okay? Rising on Mars Day, there might be a slightly assertive vibration to this full moon since it may be a cosmic driving force to tie up any loose ends before the lunar cycle closes. The nervousness of Virgo's energies will be amplified by the astrological coordination of the day. So be mindful making haste at the expense of nervousness. Luckily, the full moon in Virgo will have a work hard, play hard mentality. This could be a rather productive lunation to embrace, especially if you want to kickstart your spring cleaning. Luna will also trine Uranus and Taurus, creating a harmless alliance between the lunar limity and the semi-stable with Wild Child. Although trines are loosely auspicious, Uranus will give the full moon a radical edge. There may be a lack of stability with emotional processing and will result in mood swings. So lean into the earthiness of the trine to remain somewhat grounded. Expect the unexpected since the moon Uranus aspect implies undergoing a last-minute plot twist at the end of this lunar cycle. The moon is constantly taking us along for a ride through all 8 of her mysterious phases. In astrology, the moon is symbolic of our inner world and emotional foundation. This is precisely why its ever-changing cycles play such a pivotal role in our personal lives. The sun, symbolic of the ego and your physical reality, sits directly opposing the moon during the full moon phase. This is also when the moon shines the brightest, as will our emotions do, along with whatever being hidden in your unconscious. The full moon will adorn the sky on March the 7th at 7:40 a.m., reaching its peak at 16 degrees. Virgo, governed by savvy Mercury, the planet of communication, logistics, logistics, and thought processes. Virgo Mercury nature comes to life when it regards to the communication that occurs between your mind, body, and soul. This mutable earth sign strives for order, productivity, and more importantly, results. This is where another moon occurs just to check in with ourselves, especially when pertaining to themes of responsibility, structure, and resourcefulness. Virgo also speaks to our general well-being, whether physical or in terms of our day-to-day rituals and routines. That means this is a great time to schedule your annual doctor visits if you're feeling called to do so. You also check where 16 degrees Virgo lives in your birth chart, as it will provide more clarity on this potential effect of the lunation. Mercury, Virgo's ruler, will be transiting Pisces, the opposite energy. The zodiac sign of the different mint will tend to be a bit challenging time for the messenger planet. Why? Well, while swimming through the mystical depths of this mutable water sign, Mercury is not only furthest away from its sign of the rulership, Pisces is Virgo polar opposite, but also not very fond of Virgo in details. On the contrary, Mercury in Pisces tends to be more scatterbrained and creative as opposed to practical and grounded. Mars and Gemini will also be a focal point in a T-square between the Sun and Moon, adding to the multiple chaos, so it's important to remain flexible and open-minded during this time. Decisions won't come easily, so try to stay away from being overly critical or impulsive. Consider your options. Fortunately, with the help of freedom-loving Uranus in harmony with the Sun and Moon, the more willing you are to venture out of your comfort zone, the more likely you are to experience a breakthrough. If your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign falls under any of these fallen zodiac signs, the upcoming full moon will rock your world. Here's why. So if y'all have Aries anywhere, so for you Aries, okay? You have Virgo, or for you Aries, okay? During this full moon. Slow and steady, Aries. Though you being encouraged to get organized and grounded, there could be some uncertain unconscious plaguing you. Either way, you gaining clarity on a new system, daily routine, and a reward schedule that needs to be implemented in your day-to-day life. With the help of unconventional Uranus, there is novelty and experimentation available to you. So don't be afraid to explore your options moving forward. Taurus during this full moon. Contemplating a passion project, this lunation will bring awareness to everything from the system of your hobbies to the details of a creative venture. If it's a skill you cultivating, you likely recognizing what needs improvement. However, with Mars charging up your second house of self-confidence, you could be a second guessing yourself or simply lacking patience. Luckily, with Uranus in your sign, there are inconvenient ways to tap into your ingenious attributes and unique eccentricities. Gemini, for this full moon in Virgo. Cleanliness and godliness, Gemini. Although despite longing for things to be cohesive and perfect, in the home front, the system you crave will take time and patience. Truth be told, having hot-headed Mars in your sign isn't necessarily helping, because in addition to challenging the Sun and Moon in mutable signs, you also most likely to act on impulse or simply experience restlessness during the day. During this time, Uranus, however, is bringing light to the unconscious patterns or energies that might be hovering over your mind and spirit. Pay attention. Cancer, for the full moon in Virgo. As a cardinal sign, you are always coming up with ideas and ways to be more resourceful, and this full moon is no exception. Whether it be a communication style or a mindset that's not completing your productive levels, this lunation is bringing solutions to your day-to-day ventures. Others of you, however, may opt for recognizing things with your siblings, peers, or local communities. And though Mars and Gemini is prone to triggering feelings of restlessness in your 12th house, Uranus is bringing unexpected insight and potential opportunity to explore in your extended communities. Leo, known as full moon in Virgo. You are getting grounded when in regards to everything from your money-making abilities to your spending habits, Leo. Whether it be the system you created around your financial responsibilities or what needs improvements, the lunation it brings something to light. The catch with go-getter Mars charging up your 11th house or social contributions, you could experience a lack of patience. If not a desire to propel forward, and yet and yet still lack clarity on the foundation of your personal and professional commitments. Harness the freedom-loving essence of Uranus when it comes to taking the lead. Virgo, for this full moon. Happy full moon, Virgo. Think back to the new moon in your sign that took place on August the 27th, 2022. What improved when in regards to your mind, body, and soul? Given that Mercury, your ruler, will be transiting through Pisces and your committed seventh house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, you being encouraged to discern between your personal needs, progress versus that of others. Mars might ignite the fire when it comes to matter, career, or your sense of authority. But with the help of Uranus, you could begin to look at things from a different perspective as opposed to overthinking matters of notoriety and reputation. Libras during this full moon in Virgo. Friending to your well-being is a priority, especially under this month's full moon Libra. You might even feel the need to retreat and catch up on rest, despite having to tend to your day-to-day due diligence. If you have children or a creative project you are currently working on, this could be a challenging focal point. Thanks to Mars and Gemini challenging the Sun and the Moon. On a brighter note, however, Uranus is shaking things up in your 8th house or intimate unions, which could result in your feeling the urge to break free from an entanglement or shared investments. Ask yourself if it is worth the sacrifice. Scorpio during this full moon in Virgo, you are taking a closer look at the foundation of a community affair. It's not the logistics surrounding your vision of the future, Scorpio. Others of you may recognize what needs improvement in this area of your life. If not gaining awareness on a possible solution from a friend of a friend, the catch, however, could stem from Mars and Gemini via your 8th house of mergers. And it will square off with the Sun and Moon. While there's no reason to stress, this could create tension when in regards to a contractual agreement. I'm here in court. Especially those of you interested in exploring opportunities where you can harness your creative talent, skills, and abilities. Sagittarius during this full moon in Virgo. Get clear on your long-term goals so you can create a solid plan of action, Sagittarius. You are more fond of going with the flow than following a syllabus. But this lunation is bringing awareness to career matters and that of your sense of authority. If you've been longing for solutions or simply trying to cultivate a healthy work versus life balance, you gaining insight on next steps. The only challenge, however, could stem from Mars and Gemini charging a relationship sector as you are less patient than usual with work peers and significant others. For you Capricorns during this full moon, consider other options. Capricorns, without overthinking the logistics, be open to the information you receive under this month's full moon in Virgo. This could be by a sibling or someone in your immediate environment, while others of you learn more about the whereabouts of your peers or perhaps a local neighborhood. Mars and Gemini, however, will charge up your 6th house of productivity and daily routines, which could potentially challenge the strategy and the process you are striving for. Don't lose your patience. Focus on what needs to get done one step at a time. Aquarius for this full moon in Virgo. Before committing, be sure to take a closer look at the details surrounding this current or future exchange, Aquarius. You are bound to get insight on the logistics that surrounds a partnership. If not, recognize what needs to be improved in this area of your life. With Mars serving as a focal point in the moon's T-square, however, it's important to recognize where your heart's desires could potentially be getting in the way of your commitment to a significant other. Whether financially or in terms of your sense of security, you are being encouraged to meet a significant other halfway or at least hold space for the sake of staying organized. Pisces for this full moon in Virgo, your opposite energy. All relationships require a certain amount of compromise, whether personally or professionally, Pisces. This full moon will touch down on your committed 7th house, but its rulers will be sitting alongside Neptune and the Sun in your sign. And while you're not normally prompt to commit to a practical plan of action, but instead considering the infinity possibilities, you are being encouraged to honor or create a productive solution moving forward. This relation to family, Mars being the focal point in a T-square could create friction in your personal life. If not, show close relatives. Set healthy boundaries without losing your cool, okay? Also, y'all, really pay attention to y'all Uranus as well during this full moon, because all I seen was Uranus, okay? Take a look in that too. I'm going to take a look in that too. I'm out. I'll be back later.